Before we get started, here is a slide to remind you about being launch ready. Initially, the slide was made for launch readiness when Amazon was not launched yet, but now we direct this slide to you. This is a question to ask yourself if you are launch ready or your business and your products are launch ready. Essentially, you'd want to make sure that your price and quality are correct. You can find the link on your slide if you download the PDF. There's a guide there that'll help you see what you need to do to make sure that your price and your quantities are correct. You also need to choose your fulfillment. We have fulfillment by Amazon, formerly known as FBA. You can choose that if that fits your business. You can also fulfill by Merchant Fulfillment Network, which essentially has two fulfillment options, which is Easy Ship and Self Ship, where you can click on the slides, rather on the link there to find out more information about your fulfillment. So we can't stress this enough. If your orders get cancelled, you will be immediately put at yourself at risk of having a poor account health and being suspended. Make sure you fully understand how your chosen fulfillment method works. If you choose MFN, you are likely defaulted to Easy Ship with 1 day handling time. If you miss the window, again, your account will be impacted and you stand the risk of suspension. If you choose FBA and you do not know how to correctly send your products to the fulfillment center, then it will take you a while to have items that the customers have ordered, or rather to the shop. If you do not have items listed with quantity and price up to date and product detail pages ready with the keywords sorted, then when you launch, you will not be able to set yourself up for success. So essentially, that's what we want for you. We want to set you up for success so that when the customers come and order your product, you have all your things ready with your fulfillment, your orders ready, and whatnot. Once again, my name is Musisiwe Kulwa. I'm an accounts manager for Amazon Marketplace South Africa. So now I'd like us to go over our agenda. We will be covering our product detail pages today, best practice tips, suggesting edits to listing, and finally, there will be a Q&A session at the end. Product detail pages. We are going to spend a majority of today's session discussing product detail pages. This webinar focuses on how you can improve your listing. If you need support with the listing of if you need support with the listing basics, rather, we recommend that you watch our listing one-on-one webinar or watch one of our in-depth step-by-step walkthrough webinars that are on Seller Central YouTube page. What is a product detail page? A product detail page is where customers view sellers' products to make buying decisions. A high-quality page educates customers with relevant information and converts browsing shoppers into satisfied customers. When customers shop on Amazon and they see a product with its description, bullet points, images, and the buy button, this is the product detail page. It is your opportunity to display items, gain customer trust, and make sales. A product can be sold by multiple sellers, but the same product detail page can be shared by the product. So essentially, when someone comes to the site to shop, and they put in their keywords, or rather what they are looking for, and your product pops up, that is the product detail page, where you'll have your images, your description, your product bullet points, your pricing, your delivery method, or rather time frame. So what is a product detail page again? So as we've covered already, a product detail page consists of a product title, bullet points, product images, and product description. The title. Now let's go over a title. So a title is a short description of the product where it identifies what is being sold. An example would be, for me, I normally go and buy books and toys for my son. So that is what I am looking for. So the title will have your name of the book and its title, or the name of the toy and its title and its color and whatnot. Images are views of the product that are shown when the customer clicks through the product detail pages, e.g., the book images again. So you'd want your book cover from front to back, maybe a couple of pages that you can put where you want to the customer to see your product. So the images. So you'd have your main image, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on, where you have your main image and the other images that you'd want to plunk in so that when your customer clicks, they can actually see what the product is like. Remember, you're trying to create an experience where they feel like they are at a shop, even though they are shopping online. So they don't have the luxury to actually go and touch your product. So you want to give them all the versions, or other aspects of the image as you possibly can. Now, the product bullet points is a brief description test, or a rather brief descriptive test text regarding specific aspects of the product. So as I've mentioned before, that you want them to know about the product. So you would put, if you are selling, I always make an example of a phone case, that if you are selling maybe a phone case, you'd want to say, okay, this phone case is compatible with an iPhone or with a Huawei or with a Samsung phone. So those are the details, or rather the information that you want your customer to know, that, okay, I'm looking for a phone case. Maybe I needed to have these features. So those features, you will bullet them there by your product bullet points. Now, a product description is a description that provides more detail about the information, or rather the details about your product. We'll go more in depth a little bit later on those as well. Our next slide is taking us to the product title best practices. So a product title must follow the recommended category specific character limits, including spaces. Titles must not contain promotional phrases such as free shipping or 100%, or rather 100% quality guaranteed. Total product titles must not contain characters for decoration such as exclamation marks, dollar signs, question marks, and so forth. Product titles must contain product identifying information such as hiking boots or umbrellas. So you want them, or rather you want to identify what your product is. So as much as you're going to put maybe your sizes and your colors, but you also want keywords to be there. It's essential, because when they search, if I'm going to go and search a title of a book, I need it to be there. Or if I'm going to search maybe pots of a certain brand, then I need that brand to be there by the title when I search. The next slide is taking us to product image best practices. You should create titles between 50 and 100 characters in length. Include only the most relevant product information such as brand, collection, model, color, and quantity. Use capital letters for the first letters of each word. It reports to the digital numbers. For example, put the number 2 instead of the word to. Do not write titles entirely in capital letters. Do not include promotional messages such as I've mentioned before, such as, now for this case, it's going to be free shipping or sale, and avoid or slogans such as bestseller or original or guaranteed. Do not include features, descriptions, or information about possible variations such as different colors. Do not overload the title with keywords, otherwise you jeopardize the quality of the customer experience and decrease conversions. Furthermore, search engines detect the type of problems and penalize the position of the page. So essentially, this is saying you should maybe try and be concise, and only put the phrases that you know, or keywords that you know that your product will need when everyone is looking for it. Bullet points best practices. You should include images representing only the actual item, taking up as much space as possible on a pure white background. This would be, in general, do not include text, food, objects, URLs, logos, graphics, and packaging. Let's see. Sorry, I'm realizing that I am that I'm reading my thingy with the slides that is still upcoming. So this would be your images best practices. It won't be the bullet points. So for images, for images in general, you do not want to include text with your images, food, objects, URLs, and logos, graphics, and packaging in your images. Unless required as per the specific product, be sure to refer to your product specific guidelines. Include 2 or 6 images to highlight the characteristics of the product, its potential use, possibly in a real environment, details, texture, and cross-section. Use high resolution images. 1,000 pixel on the larger side of the image or greater than 72 dpi allows customers to zoom into the image. Include videos with description, main uses, distinctive features, and demonstration, and duration between 45 seconds and a minute. It is ideal. Includes the main keywords in the text and in the file of what's this now? In the file name for better accessibility on screen for on-screen readers. So now we move on to bullet point best practices. You should use 3 to 5 bullet points per ASIN, and ASIN would be your product, about 100 characters each. Include benefits, uses, compatibility, focus on main product features. Limit to 5, the limit is 5 bullet points, each under 120 characters for better conversion. Avoid unverified claims, warranty information, and bestseller tags. Use simple, common terms instead of industry jargons. So you want to make it as simple as you possibly can when they go and find out about your product. I think I've mentioned this before, that they should know what your product offers, if I may put it like that. That, okay, if I am buying maybe a set of pots, I want it to be non-stick, coated, and things like that. So you want to make it clear that this is what your product offers, but you should avoid warranty information and bestseller tags, and use a common language to make it simple for your customer to read and to actually get to know your product. So your product description, best description practices. Use this space to describe the main features of the product information relating to warranty. Keep this section under 500 characters. Do not exclude relevant information. Include the same characteristics and information contained in the bulleted list, but avoid reporting them verbatim. Upload user manuals. This can help improve the after-sales experience for your customer. Do not include contact information or any other type of data that is not unique to the product. So this is where you'd want the description to be a bit in-depth, a bit lengthy, that you include every information that the product, or rather the customer, may use. It could be your dimensions, your sizes, and it says here your manuals as well, you can include in there. As much information as you possibly can, but you have to make it concise as well. It mustn't be too lengthy that they get lost in the information, they get bored. Product detail pages. To have a high quality product detail page, include the below points while creating your product detail page. Use relevant bullet points. The key product features provide customers with a snapshot view of the product. You should use them to call out the important information about your brand, about your product that you'd want the customer to read. Again, it is important that you put everything that you want there, your compatibility, what your product consists of, what it's going to offer them. You have to package it nicely. You must think of it in a way that when you go to the shop, you have a chance to actually touch a product. You have a chance to ask someone about a product. You have a chance to get more information about it. You have a chance to see the colors. But when you are shopping online, your customers don't get that experience. So you'd want to create that experience for them, where you put all that information in there that your product is not found wanting, or the customer is not confused. Secondly, add high resolution images. Product images are one of your most valuable marketing tools. When customers browse Amazon images, it captures their attention. So you want your images to capture their attention. You want to entice them. You want your images to be appealing to the customer. With so many products to choose from, a high quality image, high resolution image can set your product apart. For you to provide the best customer experience, you should use Amazon's image zooming functionality for images that have at least 1,000 pixels on the larger side of the image. Now we move over to a detailed product description. A well-written product description helps customer imagine the experience of handling or owning the product. Exactly what I just mentioned, that you should put yourself in a customer's shoes. What would you want to feel, touch, ask, or see? When a seller is writing, or rather when you are writing a product description, you should keep in mind that more is less. Product descriptions, where possible, should be under 500 letters or characters, and definitely not more than 1,000 characters. So you don't lose the customer's attention. As I've mentioned before, that you want it to be as concise, or rather as short as you possibly can, but with very important information. So you want to put everything that you want for the customers to know about the product, but it mustn't be lengthy. Build a customer consistent image. You should use the detail page attributes that are consistent to help customers associate products with their brand. When a brand is consistently represented throughout Amazon shopping experience, it can it can lead to faster brand awareness. So that's what you want. You are essentially building your brand up. Your product detail page is one of the only ways that your customers will know about your brand. That is the point of contact, along with your delivery and all of that. But it first starts with the product detail page. You want your product detail page to be the one. Now, as we've mentioned before, that the product detail page must have a title, which consists of a brand name, material, key ingredients, color, size, and quantity. You'd find there on your right, or rather to my right now, that the price and delivery information should be there. Your bullet points should be there. That calls out important information. This might include dimensions, material, features, and compatibility. Your images should be your main image rather should be against a white background with a minimum of 1,000 pixel and in a JPEG format. Product description, dive into the feel, usage, and benefit of your product. If you have completed brand registry, you will be able to add your A+ content. That would be your videos and anything that you'd want the customer to know. This is our example of a product detail page. So you can see there that we have our image, our bullet points, our title, delivery, a price and delivery where it says $25. You have your product description. And that has, I think this should be like a little video that speaks to the A+ content. So yes, so I've already gone over this. So you want to make sure that it appeals. The most important thing here, that it must be appealing with the right information. You can have a minimum of 3 bullet points. As you can see here, they have 4 bullet points. You have to have your title with all the keywords. Now we know here, we can see that it's a unicorn, a piñata for parties. It's surprise, it's for girls. The theme is a rainbow. You can see there that there are sizes as well. On your images, you can see that there is a main image nicely done with a white background, but you can also see that there are other images there on the left where a customer can click and see live images as well. You can upload a little video as well. Maybe your product needs a little assembling, then you can upload a little video to show that you click this to here, or maybe someone playing with a piñata. So this is the product detail page. Ideally, this is what you want. This is the kind of information that you want in there. This is the type of appeal that you want your product to have, the type of attraction rather. Suggesting edits to listing. After you've added your product, you may notice aspects about the detail pages you'd like to change. When multiple sellers offer the same product through a single detail page, Amazon automatically combines the best product data from each seller submission to ensure the best customer experience. If your product is listed on a detail page, you can suggest edits and update it. To suggest an edit, start by opening the Seller Central main menu, hover over inventory, and select Manage All Inventory. Next, click the Edit button to the product you want to update. On the following page, select the tab relating to the information you'd like to update. Once you've made your edit, click Save and Finish. If your edits are accepted, they'll appear on the product detail page within 24 hours. If your contributions don't show after 24 hours, Amazon's system has selected another contributing seller's information. When you suggest updates for branded products that aren't on the brand owner, or rather, when you suggest updates for branded products that you aren't the brand owner of, you need to create a case with seller support and provide a proof supporting the suggested changes. Proof can come in a form of manufacturer or publisher's website URL that clearly shows you suggested changes. This URL should also show a visible product ID if available. You should, or you can also submit high resolution product photos that clearly show suggested images along with a visible product ID. This photo can be the item in the original packaging, also showing the product ID. Requests can be accepted without valid proof. Now let's do a little recap. We have gone over our product detail page. We have spoken about our title, how our title should be a short description that identifies what is being sold. You want your customers to go there and click, I want a book or a phone or cooking items or whatever. Then you want your title to be short and straight to the point that they can identify that this is the product that I want. Your images, your main image should be on the white background, should have a white background. This is where they go to view your product, aspects of your product, sides of your product. So you want your images to be nicely and neatly done. Your product proof bullet points, we have spoken about them being the descriptive text regarding the aspect of your product. So this is where you want them to know about the features, the dimensions, and what your product has to offer. The product description as well, where you have your warranty information there, little bit of information about your product that you couldn't put probably in the bullet points, because your bullet point is straightly directly under your title. So they go title, they check the title, and then they go bullet points to find out more about the product. And if they want more information, they'll go to the description to find out the warranty and product information and details. So we know that to have a high quality product detail page, you must include relevant bullet points, high resolution images, product detail descriptions, build a consistent brand. The whole point of the product detail page is for you to be able to sell on Amazon, for you to be able to be known and to be seen on Amazon. That is your first impression, even though they're gonna probably like your product when you deliver, because now you'll be delivering on time, your pricing will be good, but the product detail page is your first point of contact. This is where you get your views, this is where you get your conversions. So your views will convert into sales, and which is essentially what we want for you, and we want for ourselves as well. So this is a place where you would want your product and your business to flourish. Finally, let's see, you can continue learning. As I've mentioned before on our chat, that we have links to Seller University. You can use those, you can bookmark them. The video is showing you rather how to get to Seller University via Seller Central, where you can browse upcoming webinars. There are guides there for product detail pages, common listing errors, introduction to product detail pages. So this is where you would essentially want to go and check our material, check what we offer, any products. You can also see on the page there that there is a little search bar at the top where you can just click and search whatever you'd want to know about. I'm just going to take us back quickly to our recap slide. Let's see here, because I want us to go over our Q&A session as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a few minutes just to go over our Q&A and see if you guys have plunked in any questions for me. I hope you have followed along, as I have, identified before that I was kind of not reading through the slides initially, but yes, I caught on. Thank you very much for joining us. This is my first webinar. So yeah, I'm gonna get used to the slides and everything and trying to share as much information as I possibly can with you. Let's take a moment and see if I have if you guys have prompted in questions for me. I have a question here that says, can product detail pages be amended to improve sales? Definitely, most definitely. You can edit your product detail page as much as you can request to edit a shared product detail page information. You can also edit yours. You can go and make it better if maybe there's new wording that you want, or you've discovered new features about your product. Like with kids' toys, I found my son always has a new information regarding a toy that, oh, it can spin, or it can light, or do this or do that. So you can definitely go and try and see, because the more you improve, the better the chances that your product will experience traffic. So you'd want that, you want to drive traffic to your product, you want your your buyers to buy your product and your product be successful. We have a question about lifestyle images. So those you can upload any image you want about your products, live images, even images from the sites. I think I have covered this before. So you can do your live images. You'll have your main image. So your main image should always be have rather a white background, but the images you share on the side, maybe you want to share 5 or 6 images, you can make them live. You can put them maybe on a table to show how your product. This is done mainly on plants. I see when someone is buying a plant. So you have your main image, and then you'll have the plant sitting in a table, so that to show that, okay, if I want a plant next to my laptop right now, I know how tall it's going to be, or I know how nice it's going to look. So yes, you can definitely do that. If you can't find, I see a question that I can't find my product type. So you can go to your product category. So that's essentially what you want to do at this point, because not all product types are opened for Amazon. So rather categories, sorry. So you'd want to go to a category of the thing that you're trying to list and go to the closest product type that you can find in it. So I always make an example of mouthwash and toothpaste. So if you are selling a mouthwash but you don't have a product type for it, you should load it or upload it under toothpaste because that's the closest one you have for it. So definitely you can do that. And then at a later stage, all of these products will be migrated to the correct product type. So everything will be fixed at a later stage. But for now that you want to list, if your category is open, then you should use the closest product type. When will apparel be available for listing? So it hasn't been confirmed yet, as I've mentioned, that we only have the categories that are opened currently. We are loading more and more categories, but this cannot be confirmed as yet. So we only have the ones that are open currently that you can maybe use. If you have other products that you can list other than clothing, then yes, I would suggest that you find those categories and start selling in the meantime. Morning. Firstly, thank you for my question. Thank you for your time. My question, can you confirm that the information you put on the product detail page is better? It is for the listing. I'm not sure the word. Okay, it's listing and put together, listing and to get my buy box. I agree with you. The more you know, the better, but you don't want to make it long. You essentially want to make it short with your keywords. That's exactly what I covered. So as much as you'd want to make it long, it depends on the product as well, to be quite honest with you. If it's a product that needs a lengthy description, you do lengthy, but make sure that your words are engaging and they are very informative, because that's what you want to do. You want to share information with your customers. So you don't want them to kind of lose attention when they're reading and going through your product, but you can definitely make it concise. And when you do that, when you make it nice and short, you do stand a chance to be appealing and featured and all of those good stuff on the site. Let's see if I can maybe answer one more question. Let's see. I need to move my screen a little bit down so that I can see my screen with the questions. So some categories show a lock. Is that due to the category being opened in RSA, or does the seller need to apply for permission to sell that category? Example, outdoor furniture. Okay, this is exactly what I just mentioned before, that some categories are currently locked because they haven't been opened yet by the store. So it has nothing to do with you applying for for permission. So you don't need to apply for permission. You just need to wait a little bit more for Amazon to open those categories so that you can sell your product. Thank you very much. I have a comment saying great presentation. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do hope that I can do more presentations for you. It has been an adrenaline rush a little bit today because I'm trying to put as much information as I possibly can for you guys and make sure that you are set up for success. This is, as I've mentioned before, for me and for you, this should be the most important aspect of your selling, apart from listing in the background, but you want to show a nice product detail page to make sure that your Amazon store is successful. Yes, I think we've just covered everything, but yes, thank you very, very much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please join our upcoming webinars. Save the links on the chat right there on your right. Save those links, bookmark them, to register for the webinars, and suggest. The survey is for you to suggest as much as you possibly can. So please suggest, and so that we know what you want. We know the type of information that you're looking for. We know how to best assist you and make your stores a success. And for any other information, you can always click the help button, log your ticket, or rather your question or complaint, then we will be able to assist you. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Till I see you again next time. Bye.